Question 7.2. The operations vice president of Health First, a provider of health insurance plans, has been investigating the efficiency of their operations. They are particularly concerned about the cost of processing routine health insurance claims and would like to compare these costs across different locations. You've been contracted to help Health First conduct an ABC study of the cost of processing claims. Specifically, what is the cost of setting up a new customer account, the cost of processing claims, issuing payments, and the cost of processing other customer-related transactions? So, the cost of setting up a new customer account, one, the cost of processing claims, and issuing payments is going to be our second cost activity. And the cost of processing other customer-related transactions is 3, and in this scenario, they've added other as the fourth. So, we've got 4 types of costs here. These are the activities that staff and management and overhead would be assigned to. So we have all of our overhead costs, and we're going to assign it to these activities. The Halifax office of Health First submitted the following cost data per year. We have the claims processing staff wages, assistant claims manager, and the general manager. Virtually all other costs, such as rent, depreciation, and utilities, are organization sustaining and cannot be assigned to individual customer transactions. So that means typically we would assign overhead, but they're saying we don't need to worry about these ones. We're only going to worry about these ones. In addition to the cost data above, the employees of the Halifax office were interviewed regarding how their time was distributed across the activities in the ABC study. The results are as below. So what this is saying for our 4 activities here, we have the wages. The claims processing staff says 15% of the time is doing setting up new accounts, 70% of the time is processing claims, and 5% of their time is other client, and 5 is other. So what we need to do is take their wage, and we need to split it up proportionately by percentage across these totals. So, for staff wages, how much should each be added to each of the 4 activities? Well, we need to determine, for staff wages, the 4 activities, well, their wages are $260,000. And that's the total amount. We are going to proportionately split it up based on how they spend their time. And now they told us how they spend their time. Here, we've got 15%, 75%, 5%, and 5%. Which brings us to 39,000 here, 195,000 here, 13,000, and 13,000. And we'll do the same thing for our assistant claims manager. There's 80,000 for the assistant claims manager. That needs to be split amongst 4 activities. And how do we proportionally split it up? We use the percentage that they gave us. 10%. And now, again, this cost has been proportionally split up by the activity that it supports. And we're going to do the same thing. The last one will be Same, we've got 110,000 for each one. And they told us that 0% is spent here, 0% spent here, 20%, and 80%. And that leaves us with our three expenses, our overhead expenses, split based on activity. And now we can determine, well, what is the cost of setting up new accounts? And all we're going to do is we're going to take our setting up new accounts from here, here, and here, and add them up. So we've got 39,000 plus 8,000 plus 0, which equals 47,000. We've got 195,000 plus 32,000 plus 0 for 227,000. We have 13,000 plus 16,000 plus 22,000 13,000 plus 24,000 plus 88,000. Thank you. At 120,000. So we've broken down our costs that were by wage, and we've split them into 4 activities. On 25, sorry? Thank you. We've split them into 4 wages here, or 4 activities, starting with the bottom one here, to get our final answer.